In the last episode, as I mentioned, the Honorable Prime Minister had mentioned in a public meeting that हमारे जवानों ने टाइगर हिल पर कब्जा कर लिया है. When the information traveled, the whole nation came to know. Not only the nation, the enemy came to know that Tiger Hill, whereas the battle was still on in Tiger Hill. It became a very, very, especially very important for me not to save and to hold on to Tiger Hill. But this plan of tactical maneuver that I had planned earlier to send 8 Sikh, 52 men comprising of 2 officers, 4 JSUs and 46 other ranks to the southwestern ridgeline to get hold of India Gate and Helmet. I issued a code word, now carry on. So this party, led by Major Parmar and Lieutenant Sherawat, with the 4 JSUs and 42 other ranks, 46 other ranks, they went and they captured these 2 posts. First India Gate and then Helmet. Some people, maybe that these posts were little less people were there because they had gone towards the Tiger Hill side top because the battle was on earlier. So with this gap, I think so this played a very vital role. They were interposed between the Tiger Hill top and Rocky Knob, that western, so that no reinforcements, because this was the only side where a counterattack or reinforcements could come. It played a very vital role. On 5th, the whole day, they were punished very heavily, 8 Sikh boys, with artillery shelling, airbursts, AD guns firing from the other side of, that is the Trighat side, on the southwestern side. They were totally sandwiched, but they held on. And on 6th morning, the first counterattack came. A weak counterattack of 20 men, which was repulsed at Helmet, where Lieutenant Sherawat with 2 JSUs, Karnal Singh and Ravel Singh, they were there. It was repulsed. The second attack was also repulsed, though it was a little more wide. The third attack, which was a very determined attack, led by 2 officers. One major, he was from SSG, the special service group, like we have para commandos. He was from that SSG group. And the other officer, young officer, later we learned his name was Captain Karnal Sher Khan. He was from 12 NLI. After a short while, Major Iqbal, maybe that he got wounded. We didn't see his face. But this young officer again got them back, inspired them, and the third time he was able to martyr our 2 JSUs. Lieutenant Sherawat was very badly wounded. So Major Parmar asked me that he should pull back this team to India Gate. The battle was fought at India Gate, hand-to-hand fight. It was a second Saragadi, I must say, because a time came when 8 Sikh had both the officers wounded. They had lost their 3 JSUs out of 4. They had lost 14 men, and their 15 men were wounded. 39 casualties almost total out of total 46 or 52 men. But at the end, I had to tell Subhadan Nirmal, who was that time alive, he was then killed thereafter by a stray bullet of sniper. I asked him, he says, Satpal is there, sir. Probably this officer, or probably this person who's leading is in a tracksuit. I said, he must be an officer. So he should be killed. So he was handpicked. Lieutenant Spy Satpal caught up. He was wounded twice. Despite that, he caught up. He fired, he bayoneted 2 persons and killed this young officer or this young man who was leading the attack. Later, whose name was discovered, Captain Karnal Sher Khan. It was a heroic deed, and I think so everyone ran away, rest of them, 32 bodies we buried. And this body I wanted, that this boy who was fought very bravely, maybe he's an enemy, I wanted that his body should be brought back. Though there were certain quarters, there were certain why he should also be buried. But I sent the civilian porters, got his body down. When we searched his pockets, we found that his pockets, his letters from his Begum and his Walid, his father, all were there, and his name was Captain Colonel Sher Khan. We were a little confused. Okay, why Colonel Sher Khan? So later we learnt from his father's conversation that his grandfather had kept his, like we have General Singh and Colonel Singh in our Punjab, that he'll become colonel or general. Similarly, his grandfather had thought that his grandchild should become colonel in the army. So he named him as a Colonel Sher Khan. So later on, he was known as Captain Colonel Sher Khan. He was the boy who was leading the attack. So while sending the body, I desired that his body should be sent back from Delhi to Pakistan, because it's what important. I wanted to at least write a few lines for his bravery, for his brave deeds, what he had done. So I heard that. I said, no, since General Musharraf is saying that only Mujahideens are fighting, we have got ample proof. So I convinced everyone in higher headquarters that we must send, because there is ample proof that it's a regular army of Pakistan, Northern Light Infantry, which is participating. So on this plea, they agreed. So I took out a piece of paper, and in a pen in my own hand, I just wrote 4 lines. I wrote, Captain Colonel Sher Khan of Tel and Lai has fought very bravely, and he must be given his due recognition. And I put that piece of paper in his pocket, never realizing ever somebody will ever see these 4 lines or this piece of paper. But this was for my heart. This is what our culture is. This is what the difference is. We don't do different things. We do things differently in Indian Army. That is what Indian Army is. So this particular piece of paper, I learned later, they certainly refused the body initially, but later on, on the instance of Red Cross, the body was accepted, and somebody saw that small chit and small letter written by me. And based on the letter, I was very, very happy to know when I learned that he was awarded Nishan E Haider, the highest award of Pakistan, like we have Paramveer Chakra. I'm glad. Perhaps I'm also proud that maybe in the first time in the history of warfare, that in one battle, single battle, one commander writes citations of 2. Our own soldier gets, Grenadier Yogendra Yadav gets Paramveer Chakra. On the other side, the enemy, that officer gets Nishan E Haider. 2 highest awards, both to own and to the enemy. I think so it was correctable. This was my battle of Tiger Hill. Jai Hind.